Welcome to the part 3 of community development in India. And in this session, we will be discussing about the community development setup in India and the functionaries in the block. So in India, the political leadership lay down policies and give directions to the development process. So the inception of community development programs in 1952 has led to the setting up of development administration right from the field level. Induction and training of manpower involved in development activities were the hallmarks. So, the political leaders, the bureaucracy, administrators play complementary roles and form functional relations in this particular setup. The inception of this community development program has laid a blueprint for the setup of administration at various levels. We can call it as national level, state level, district level, block level, and village level. Even the concept of taluk was proposed by this committee, which was a development block covering 100 to 120 villages under the charge of a development officer for the block, which was later referred to as a block development officer. So when you talk about the multi-level planning framework for community development in India, we have basically 5 levels. The first one is at the national level, where the administrative head is the planning commission and the non-official is the prime minister or the chairman of the planning commission. See, when we talk about the administrative structure of India, we need to talk about the administrative structure in two manners. One is the officials involved in it, and the other one is the administrative setup or the non-officials involved in it. So here the administrative or the non-official one is the planning commission at the central level with an official of prime minister or the chairman of the planning commission at the as the official. On the hierarchy, next to the central level is the state levels, where we have the development commissioner as the administrative head with the non-official head as the consultative committee. And below that is the district level, or we call it as the Zilla Parishad, where the district collector of the chief executive officer or of the Zilla Parishad is the administrative head to the government, and the chairman or district development committee is the non-official. And below that is the block, where the block development officer is the administrative head at the block level, and the president or the president of the Panchayat Samiti will act as a non-official. And at the grassroots level is the village, or we can call it as the Grama Panchayats, where the village level workers, VLWs, were considered to be the administrative in charges, with the chairman of the Grama Panchayat as a non-official. So we have an administrative setup at the central level, we can call it as a national level, then state governments, then maybe sometimes perhaps we have divisions, then district level, block level, and finally the village level. And if you talk about the non-officials, we have the prime minister as the chairperson with consultative committee at the state level, then chairmans, then panchayat presidents or panchayat samiti presidents at the block level, and grama panchayat chairmans at the village level. Now let's talk in detail about the national level. At the national level program, the policies are formulated by the National Development Council presided by the Prime Minister of India. So there will be concerned ministers of all the departments, chief ministers of all the states, members of the planning commission, etc. in that particular council. So the planning commission provides guidance for plan formulation and gives its approval to annual and 5-year plans of the states as well as the center. And you all must be knowing that recently we have the Niti Aayog who works as the substitute for the planning commission. So earlier the planning commission provides guidance for formulation of the plans and gives its approval. So the Ministry of Agriculture and Irrigation is responsible for giving guidance, policy formulation and technical assistance with regard to all the matters of agricultural extension and community development. Now we call this community development as rural development programs. So similarly, all the departments have their own functionaries. In the agriculture department, if you take it as an example, the agriculture commissioner of Government of India is assisted by a number of assistant commissioners and directors, and they also have supporting staff as well who are in charge of the community development programs at national level. So they have the Directorate of Extension with who can give training to the extension officers, village level workers and instructors, and they also are responsible for the dissemination of newer technologies and innovations being designed and innovated in the research centers or the agriculture universities. So this is how the national framework works upon. So from there it reaches to the state level, and every state have a state development committee presided by the concerned chief ministers with the ministers of that particular representative departments. So this committee is responsible for the state's plan and programs, and they fix the targets for regions and districts. So besides this particular committee, there are usually a number of other technical committees as well. So there will be heads for each department. As I said earlier, like agriculture, there will be heads for animal husbandry, poultry, corporation, panchayat raj, health, education, irrigation, power, electricity, etc. So these heads are responsible for planning and implementing the technical programs and for providing necessary technical guidance, manpower and support to the state government, and they together bring policies, plan policies and bring them to the next level, which is at the district level. And at the district level, each district collector or the district development planning committee, or we can call it as a deputy commissioner at the district level, will be responsible for heading these activities in a particular district. And they have the representatives of voluntary organizations, local bodies, members of parliament, state legislatures, etc. So in the states where the Panchayat Raj is operating, this district level are responsible for planning, coordinating and consolidating the development activities of that particular district. For example, in Kerala, we have a well-developed Panchayat Raj system. So if you take the example of Trivandrum, Thiruvananthapuram district, the district collector of Thiruvananthapuram is responsible for planning, coordinating and consolidating the development programs of the Thiruvananthapuram district with the assistance of representatives of various voluntary organizations, then self-help group members, local bodies, MPs, MLAs, etc. So this particular district collector, for example, in our case, it is the Thiruvananthapuram district collector, who is the key official who coordinates the activities of all development departments at this district level. So we have technical heads of agriculture, animal husbandry, corporation, panchayat, public health, irrigation, education, rural industries, etc. along with him as a team or with her as a team. And they are responsible for implementing and giving guidance to the district collector on the happenings or the changes required in that particular division. For example, if the rural industries need to be revamped in Trivandrum, the technical head of the rural industries department will collect the data from the grassroots level and will study the matter and will submit a proposal to the district collector of Thiruvananthapuram asking for the resources, plan funds, and with substantiating the needs of that particular proposal. So the district collector will further forward them to the state level, and from there it will be forwarded to the central level. So that is how the flow happens. So the fund will come from the central level to the village level, to the, that is the grassroots level, and the hierarchy of needs and ideas and guidance will go from the village through the block through the district via the block, then to the state, and finally to the central government. So it is like an upward and downward movement. Downward movement, the fund comes from the central to the village, and the priorities and the needs and the consolidations and the planning activities go from the grassroots level, that is from the villages to the central level. And a district is again subdivided into a number of community development programs. So in our case, Thiruvananthapuram district is divided into a number of blocks, and each block is having a block development officer who can really work with the concerned panchayat presidents and the chairmans of the Grama Panchayats. And this particular block development officer will initiate actions, coordinates all the activities of the development departments of his or her block. So at the village level, if you ask like which is the core of the community development setup in India, we should say it lies in the villages, and that is why Panchayat has been given due importance and is considered to be the supreme power at the grassroots level. So at the village level, the multi-purpose village level worker is the main extension staff. You have different extension staff at the village level. An extension staff for the rural development, one for the planning, one for the building, and one for the rural industries. So you have different 5 to 7 extension officers who works on their particular division. So they are responsible for connecting link between the various departments and the rural people. Usually in a normal community development block, there are about 10 village level workers. In Kerala, the scenario is slightly different, and the number has been doubled in the IADP blocks as well. So on the non-official side, the Panchayat Samiti in every village or for a cluster of village is responsible for planning and implementing of the community development programs, and they ensure the people's participation at the village level. So this is the overall setup of community development in India. Now let's have a look of the functionaries in the block. As I said earlier, block development officer is the leader of a team of the development works in the block, and his job is to coordinate all the activities and the staff under him or her, with the main responsibility to provide leadership to the staff at the block level. It comprises of both rural and urban. So with the introduction of Panchayat Raj system, which we will be discussing in the next chapter, the block development officer has become the secretary of the Panchayat Samiti. So he is in charge of general administration, organization, motivation, leadership, and providing training, coordination of all the activities, monitoring and supervision, implementation of the programs, planning of the programs, and further evaluation. So it requires an assessment of the need of the area and the related availability of the resources. So at first, the block development officer initiates a need assessment survey to identify the needs and availability of resources of a particular area. Then, based on that, they plan various developmental activities taking into account the viability and availability of these resources. And based on this planning methods, pooling of resources are done before undertaking the implementation phase. So it includes all works related to civic works, water supply, food for work, public health, irrigation, education, industry, etc. And there are some special programs also like Jawahar Rozgar Yojana, and recently we have NREGA, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Program. So this block is responsible. Block Development Officer looks after and take care of all these needs. So monitoring and supervision is also has to be done with the support of the subordinates. So extension of officers working as specialists in different field provide proper guidance and timely checkings of the ongoing activities. And this block development officer coordinates between the block administration, panchayats directly and indirectly, and also have better coordination between the panchayat presidents, village level officers, and the general administration. So they prepare budgets for different programs at the block level, and once the funds are sanctioned, they pool the financial resources and they distribute it according to the needs emphasized. So they also conduct periodic evaluation at the block level, and they prepare and submit evaluation reports, and they utilize the work reports in the program planning process of subsequent programs. So in order to undertake the activities in the community, an extension functionary must be acquainted with sources of information about a community. It is especially important to get the perspective of those who don't have a voice in the community decision and politics, like low income people, immigrants, etc. There are others who are trusted by a large community and are in key position. So these people also should have to be taken into consideration while framing the community development activities. So the role of block development officer or the BDO in short are formulation of all development programs, planning of the programs, pooling of resources, overall implementation of special programs, coordination between the various bodies, preparation of budget estimates, obtaining sanctions, periodic evaluation and work reports. So in short, community development is a complex range of practices. The scope of this field of study is so vast that it spans boundaries and is multidimensional in its application. After independence, India adopted the concept in a formal way by declaring our country to be a welfare state. So, community development program has its own emphasis and its own importance in today's scenario in bringing all the officers and non-officials together for pooling of resources and also for identifying the needs of the population. And it is also essential for understanding the real pulse of the people at the grassroots level. Thereby, we can formulate better policies and programs for the welfare of the people. I hope I am clear to you. Thank you.